How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the 2-4 podcast. Um, my name's Christian, and this is my boy, my brother from another mother, Dylan.
What's up, y'all?
And today we wanted to, do some recapping again. Now that like emotions and the dust settling down, and just looking at things, with a different set of eyes and perspective. Now that it's been more than a day since Sunday, and not only that, but we also wanted to go over some news um, on the team and potential roster moves. So, how about you started us off, bro?
Man, well, first of all, I mean, I don't really feel too different today than I did about the game on Sunday. I'm pretty much the same feelings, the same glaring issues are there. But the nice thing is I feel like the team is understanding that those are issues and they're addressing them. Um, Now, how successful that will be, that remains to be seen. But at least they're recognizing it's an issue and not just moving forward and saying that no, these we're fine. It was just a bad week. Like no, there's issues here that need to be addressed, and they seem to be doing that, and that makes me very happy. Um,
Yeah, I concur.
yeah, I mean it's the years being a Raider fans for years. We've seen in years past they don't always do that. There's been times where there's been glaring issues that week to week to week, and they just keep saying, "Well, you know, that's what we got. we'll get,
Yeah,
we're it's on me. I'll make it better." When it's like, bro, you're just not very talented. You can't make it better. I mean, not to say you're not talented. You got to the NFL, you're talented, but compared to
yeah,
other NFL players, um, but there's some roster moves, man. We need to discuss. There's some potential changes on the horizon when it comes to the O line. Injuries. Anthony Averett looks like he's having surgery. He's going to be out for at least a month. So there's some things that happen in the corner. Different aspects of the team might be changing a little bit. Um, but mostly, just moving forward, trying to get better, trying to get the roster better, and hopefully trying to make week one the anomaly and having dubs stack up all season long.
yeah. I mean, this last game is probably just going to be a bit of a hiccup. I do expect better when we finally go against the Cardinals. We'll be at home, and I both teams have something to play for. Nobody wants to be 0-2 to start the season.
Yeah, for real.
So I mean, it does add a degree of difficulty, but um, I have I feel a lot better today than I did Sunday. When we did our last video, I mean, I was pretty down in the dumps. You were down in the dumps. I was pissed at certain things. I was like, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit of full panic mode in in a way. But I like seeing that they made immediate like moves to better the team. To adjust right away. It's sometimes you see teams not be so quick to make a change, to try and plug a hole before the boat sinks. And the beautiful thing is we do have 16 more games. We're not we're not at game 16 where we were at game 1. And so we got plenty of season left. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And but before we go any further, I already did a rookie mistake last time, and I did it again today. I forgot to bring up, if y'all would please like and subscribe to us. Um, I promise I'll get better.
The
But
sad
yeah,
part is we just discussed this and I
I
forgot.
know.
Like literally,
Yeah.
it was like, "Hey, we're about to hit record. Let's make sure we do this." I guess we just get
Wait,
talking about the Raiders, bro, and our brains just
dude.
shut off everything else. It's
Well, I
just
mean,
Raiders.
I don't know if it speaks more to our fandom or the fact that we're new to the game of you know making content. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's a little of both.
It's probably both. Uh, because it's just fun to have football back, man.
Oh
It,
yeah, for
it's
real,
it's
dude.
it's so fun, and then like
Like, bro, the season goes by so fast. Like, you think about it, with preseason and postseason, you get 6 months of football and you get 6 months without football.
yeah,
The 6 months without football feels so much longer than the 6 months
yes,
with football. Like,
for reals, it really does feel that way. Like, yeah. And then it doesn't help that like we have the best receiver in the NFL. We have the best player at their position who, if you were to also just put it in comparison of like all players, regardless of position, he's probably like what, top 10?
according to the NFL Top 100, he's number 7.
Okay, there you go. And that's voted by the players. And
I mean,
uh,
although
and I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna kind of be a little shaky on that because yes, he is number 7, but he was below Cooper Cup.
Well, I mean, Cooper Cup did do something very special that
He did,
very
he
few
did.
people have done. So I
I mean,
I don't I don't knock that. He had a better year,
yeah.
but who's had the better career,
I mean,
you know?
Devontae, hands down.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we'll
uh
we'll see, we'll see.
well,
But
we'll see how everything goes, man. But yeah, so do like and subscribe. Definitely like. If you don't want to subscribe, at least give us a like. It helps with the algorithm. Um and that algorithm helps us reach a lot of people. The love will spread, man, and Raider Nation can only grow. So so let's get down to
and getting down to the
the
nitty gritty.
nitty gritty.
Down to the nitty gritty. All right, man. All right. Let's see. So we'll start with some roster moves, man. So we signed Nicky Nickel Roby Coleman, uh, and I think it's Javelin Guidry. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his name. I apologize, but that was due to help with the Anthony Averett situation. He's on injured reserve. Going to be out. Last I heard was at least a month. Could be. I mean, it's IR, so I'm not sure 100% the rules, but he's going to be out for a while. That's the thing. And rather than just going forward and saying that we're just going to stick with what we got, we signed two corners. One's a little more known, had a little more successful of a career. Nicky Roby, I keep saying Nicky, man. I don't know what's wrong with me. Nickel Roby Coleman. He was on the Rams. He's been in some playoff games, man. He's had some success in his career. He's also been a part of some controversial plays in the playoffs with the PI situation. He was
Yeah,
part of that. Um, but he's not a horrible corner by any means. He's not top tier, but I mean we're not looking for a top tier corner. If he was top tier, he wouldn't have been available. Um, but he's a good corner. It's a good pickup. I'm excited
yeah.
about it. And then
It's a solid backup.
yeah, 100%. Um, he brings a veteran presence. He knows the game. He's played a pretty good amount. Um, then you got Guidry, who he was played for the Jets. I believe he was on the Cardinals. Now he comes to us. He's ridiculously fast, man. This guy has got wheels. There's probably not. I mean, with the exception of like Tyreek Hill and maybe Jalen Waddle, I don't
Yeah.
really know of any receivers who are gonna just straight outrun this guy.
I think I heard that he ran a 4.28 or 4.29. So that's pretty dang fast.
Yeah, I mean he is fast. So I mean we'll see how it works out. But again, I mean corner is. I mean we're our corner depth is not horrible. It's not great. I mean we got Nate Hobbs, we got Rocky Scene. He's Both those guys, really, really good corners. So I mean, it's not like we don't have any talent there. I think we're just looking for rotation pieces, something to kind of fill in and Patrick Graham's defense. Different nickel and dime packages, and when they can get on the field and who they need to cover. And oh, that's a speedster. Let's go throw Guidry out there just so that way he won't get burned. Um,
Yeah.
things like that. Uh, so I mean, they're gonna have plays in the playbook for them. It's not necessarily they're not going to be every down players, but there will be packages, there will be plays. They will see time on the field. Um,
Yeah, and like how you brought up, it's situational. The Patriots, the reason why they like for so many years were so good defensively, even without having like star names in the backfield, was because they brought in a bunch of people that were very good at a specific thing,
mhm.
and so that's why they were so hard to go up against, because when you decided to put out a certain look offensively, they recognized it and quickly made a substitution, and then your plan doesn't really go to plan. Um,
Yeah, I mean, if we're playing a team that's got a real speedster on the
yeah,
outside. If we're gonna do a cover three zone where he's got safety help, we don't necessarily have to have Guidry out there. We can have Nate Hobbs, or we can have Rock on him. But if we're gonna run man to man single coverage, you gotta have Guidry. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his name, but you gotta have him out there on the outside just so you don't get burnt.
yeah,
Like that, because so I mean that's a situational down where
yeah, yeah.
you could easily throw him in there. Um,
I mean,
that's
think about it. Like the reason why Malcolm Butler became a name was because he was only used for situational stuff, and they recognized uh what the Seahawks were about to do on that last play in that Super Bowl,
mhm,
and they threw in this unknown dude who was used, sparingly, just on specific plays, and he wound up being the hero. And so, I mean, you never know. You never know. That's part of like what I like about our coaching staff. Like they aren't just implementing their own stuff, but they're also carrying on some of the things that brought them so much success in New England.
mhm.
And so I I think that was a good move. It's underrated, and I think that's something that Raider fans should be excited for, stoked, and want to like feel good about what's to come in the future.
Yeah. So, I completely agree. Everything you just said totally makes sense to me. I get it. Uh, good job breaking it down. Um, now let's go. Let's go to the most glaring need, man. The biggest problem that we had.
Oh, I know what that is. That's the quarterback, right?
Nah, man.
Oh, what?
Nah,
It's
nah,
not.
nah, man.
But
DC's a
I
good
but I
quarterback.
but I thought Facebook said otherwise.
Will Facebook be retards?
So what's the glaring need, bro?
O line, bro. O line. O line. O line. Can't nobody throw the ball if they're getting sacked all the time, getting pressured all the time, man. No running lanes, no passing time. I mean, DC's got a quick throw time, but man, we need
I,
O line bad.
I will say this. I don't know if I can put the same amount of blame on the O line as I did Sunday, because you know how like when you're watching the game, they only pound out so much,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't know what the coverage was like, and it really did seem like the Chargers defense as a whole was doing pretty good, and so we don't know if like those DBs were doing a good job of covering dudes, because there were times where Derek was kind of holding the ball too long,
Yeah.
and I think like he needs to recognize that he needs to go back to his bread and butter, which is getting that ball out super fast, because he can't really trust this O line,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe then he also won't make such mental mistakes, like just he made certain bad decisions like underthrowing on that route to Devontae. And I think that was him not being aware of like how much pressure was on him
Yeah.
compared to what he was thinking in his mind. You get what I'm saying? There was a few
Mhm.
throws where it felt like he got in his own head because of how much pressure was coming at him. But hopefully, he can get that out of his system and realize he's not gonna be going against Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack every every game. Not
Right.
everybody has that type of talent on
Most teams don't
on
have
the
that kind of
on the
talent.
edges. Yeah,
I
most
mean, I
teams,
mean,
yeah, like
I mean, but the exception, I don't know. I can't even think of a team off the top of my head that's got two pass rushers that are that talented.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, but the O line still a very glaring need, though. I understand what you're
yes,
saying.
definitely.
I completely agree that Derek definitely he's got a quick release. He needs to utilize it. Um, so maybe check downs. That's why we have so many running backs because we've got running backs who can catch and run with the ball. Part of Josh McDaniel's system. Um, so I agree with you 100%. Derek does need to realize that. That being said, O line is still a huge glaring need. Um, so we signed one O lineman, Billy Price. He was drafted in the first round by Cincinnati in 2018. Played with them for a little while. He was traded to the Giants last year. Started 15 games for the Giants. He allowed quite a bit of pressures in 15 games, but he only allowed 2 sacks. So that's not bad. I would like to see the pressures go down. But I mean, still a young guy. I mean, drafted just in 2018. It's not like he's an old vet. So I mean, still learning, still progressing. I'm not sure he'll ever be a Pro Bowler, but maybe a good stopgap for the season. Maybe he can start taking some. Maybe he can get developed enough to take those starters rep, just like he did last year in New York. Um, could be a big help. Another
Where
one.
where was he drafted at?
He was drafted number 21 overall.
Okay, but even though he's a journeyman, like I just looked up like what college he went to. I mean, he went to a big school. He went to
Hmm.
Ohio.
Hmm.
Um, so even if like a guy doesn't really pan out, like there's a reason why they went to a certain college that they went to, and a reason why they got drafted at the position that they got to. Um, so there's some talent there. It's just maybe there's not enough for him to like stay in one spot, but it's
Hmm.
okay because like how we spoke about, the moves that we made in corners being a situational kind of thing. This is I don't think Billy Price will be like on the roster next season.
No, probably
He,
not.
he's just m- more than likely he's just gonna help us out for the year
He's
for
just he
however
just
long that
yeah
they decide they
he's
need him.
he's a stopgap. He's a body that potentially could be very
And
decent.
plus, he has knowledge that he can impart to the other guys.
Yeah.
He's played a bunch of teams, and if we go against a team that he's gone against, he can share the advice. Oh, hey, this is what this guy likes to do. This is how he likes to uh get through the line and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff is very valuable. Like
Yeah.
you should never get down when you're hearing that you're getting like somebody who's been a journeyman or whatever because uh, these guys are pros for a reason and they remain employed as a pro for a reason.
Hmm.
So all of those things are positive, especially because like we're trying to build an O line, and
Exactly.
so whatever knowledge he can impart is going to be valuable to whoever winds up staying on the roster for next year and
Yeah.
the years to come.
100%. So yeah, obviously, not a game changing signing, but potentially could be a very good signing.
Mhm.
Another one we brought in just for a visit, a very familiar face, man. Former Raider Pro Bowler, I believe 2 or 3 times Pro Bowler at the left guard position, Mr. Kelechi Osemele, man. I would
Man,
love to see him come back.
I would
He's
love that
older.
too.
He's older. He's had some injury concerns, but here's the thing: is he's proven throughout his career the talent is there,
Yeah.
and we could probably get him for a vet min.
And you know what? Like I would love for us to like get him because with like how Josh Jacobs was running last game, imagine how much better he would do running behind KO. And shoot, I remember Marshawn's first game with us, and there was a few plays where KO caught up to Marshawn and helped push him to get a couple more yards
Yeah.
when the defense is caught up to Marshawn. And there's just a nastiness about KO that I just love, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's a reason why it's not just because it's his initials. They called him KO because of how big and mean and tough he is. This dude, there's not very many people, especially in his prime, that could like mess with this guy,
Yeah.
penetrate in any kind of way. And in my opinion, he's a better run blocker than he is a pass blocker. And with Jacobs having like more to prove because he wants that contract, like, and I think we're gonna do a better job of running the ball
Mm-hmm.
than we did last time. Because I can't remember off the top of my head how many attempts they had with Jacobs, but I was like in my head, the dude needs to carry the ball like 20 times, man.
Yeah, 13 against Chargers.
Yeah. So okay. So he to me bare minimum is 20.
Yeah.
So if you had a guy like KO, like I think you could definitely make that happen, and I think you'd probably be averaging like 24 carries.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, familiar face. Hopefully we'll come back. We'll see. My bad. Sorry. Uh.
Oh, you
Hopefully we'll
know,
come
but
back.
Derek would love it.
Yeah.
It's somebody he knows, somebody he trusts, and there's probably a lack of trust that he has right now in the O
Yeah.
line, except for Colton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. But I mean that's really it. I mean there's not much more to report on for the Raiders right now compared to what we already talked about. That being said, positive things, man. Positive things. I think going forward, it's if these happen, that's going to be awesome. It's looking better and better day by day. Coaching staff going to get these guys in order, get them ready to go. Um, and I think if the signings we've made, awesome. I would love to see KO back though.
Yeah, so like keeping it positive and the theme has been like us talking about how we can have like a better, brighter perspective on what happened on Sunday now that we've had some time removed and we're not all in our feelings and stuff.
Yeah.
I think people should be very positive in knowing that like the Chargers, they had 9 quarterback pressures. We only had what was the number I told you? 3?
I think it was 3. Yeah.
And then they had 6 sacks. They had a bunch of pass deflections and they had the interceptions and they protected Herbert really well, and yet we had a chance to win the game.
Hmm.
We
Honestly,
came
dude,
back
with
on them.
with 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 the
They were
talent
held
we have,
scoreless on the fourth quarter, man.
yeah. I mean, with the talent we have, if we just shore up some of those kind of moments, if we can get just improve the O line just slightly. Doesn't I mean it doesn't have to be world class protection. Just slightly. Just maybe go from an F to a D. Then we could beat any team in the league. I mean, Chargers are that talented, and we barely lost to them at our worst.
Yeah. And
So
I don't see Derek Carr throwing three interceptions. The guy's been very good with the touchdown to interception ratio. He's
I
had
mean,
he's had sometimes like every once in a while he'll have a few games where he's thrown, more than his average of interceptions.
yeah.
But
I mean, he threw 3 on Sunday, and that tied his career high.
mhm,
Think about that, man. Joe Burrow just threw 4 on Sunday.
mhm,
Derek's never thrown 4.
yeah,
I mean, we've seen Big Ben throw 5.
yeah,
I think we've even seen Brady throw 5 in a game before. Um, I think from Brady
yeah,
when he played Buffalo, like probably 8 to 10 years ago. I think he threw
yeah,
like 5.
yeah. That might have happened because that it's weird. Even though they're so much better than the guys in their division, they still like for whatever reason find
Oh,
themselves
they
having
always like bro those Brady years when he was in New England. They
yeah
always struggled in Miami,
always
and like in
and
Miami was like trash then.
yeah
I mean, um,
like I will never forget when the Dolphins brought out the Wildcat
yep.
and how all the running backs were like smiling and cheesing because they knew that they couldn't figure it out. They couldn't figure it out and they're about to score right now.
Yeah,
Like I remember like I see it so clearly right now, bro. I remember them cheesing and just
yeah.
having a good old time. Like these guys don't know what's coming.
Like,
And they were such a bad team when that happened. I think they had only won a couple games, man.
yeah.
And they were deep into their season.
Yeah, I think that was
And
like
then
week 16.
they were like
What I
no,
think's
it wasn't
hilarious,
that I don't think it was that deep. It was
either
a
way, it was deep
yeah.
though. What I think's hilarious about that though is the fact that they waited till that deep into the season to break that out. Like you waited for New England. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
like you weren't gonna break it out
Yeah.
against Baltimore or against Arizona or against the Niners or nobody
Uh-huh.
else. I don't know who they played that year. But no, you
Yeah.
waited. You're like, yo, New England's about to get this.
But that's what's so funny about that division because like all the teams in that division do that kind of stuff to the Patriots. Like they wait to like have like they ain't never seen this thing that I'm about to do them. I just need to embarrass them.
Yeah,
Win or lose, I don't care. I just need to embarrass them and make people talk about how embarrassing that was. You know what I mean?
right.
So
I mean, it's not
it's
even
so
their
funny.
division, man. It's not even their division, bro. Look at the Eagles during the Super Bowl.
Uh huh.
They didn't
Oh
do the Philly
yeah,
special at all until the
yeah.
Super Bowl,
Until
man.
yeah,
And in fact, what's even funnier is like in week like 13 or 14, the Patriots did the Philly special to the Eagles.
mm-hmm.
So like the Patriots did that play. Fast forward like a month and a half, 2 months later, and then
Yeah,
the Eagles are like, "Yo, we about to beat you with your own play."
yeah. I don't know.
That's crazy, bro.
It's funny. It's funny that like teams like conspire to like do embarrassing things to them. You know,
Yeah, it's
it's
it's quite hilarious. I think it's just
it's it's like
I,
the it's like the ultimate troll job, man. It's just I think New England got under so many people's skin
yep,
that that's why they
much
decided to
winning,
troll. Yeah,
too much winning, bro. I mean, I'm not a hater on it. I love football greatness.
yeah,
Regardless,
yeah,
there's a lot of people though who hate New England and hate Tom Brady just purely on the fact that you win too much.
yeah.
It's like
No, I hear it all the time, bro.
why you hating on that, man? Like appreciate it. Appreciate you're witnessing the goat,
Yeah,
man. Greatness. Like
like I don't get why like back in MJ's day, and nobody hated on MJ or the Bulls, but like Tom Brady being the MJ of the NFL, like everybody hates this fool.
yeah, I think it's because
Like
it's been. I think it's because he did it for so long. Like MJ was amazing, but MJ dominated the '90s.
you know what? If
Tom dominated the
well,
2000s, the 2010s, and now going into the 220. I mean, we're in
and then,
2022 and
they
he's
didn't
still
do
dominating,
themselves any
bro.
favor too with all the different gates, the spy
Yeah,
gate,
that's
the
true.
deflate gate,
That
all
doesn't
that
help
stuff.
either, man.
Doesn't help.
That does not help. I mean, that definitely people. I've heard a lot of people be like, "Oh, I hate that cheater." It's
Yeah.
like, oh well, can't really argue with that. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say he's not, but the only thing I'd argue with is say, well, I mean, every other team more than likely does some form of cheating. They just don't get caught. And the reason they don't get
Yeah,
caught is because it doesn't work as well. And if it worked better, they would win more, and then they get caught.
and we should know the best, right? Because Al Davis said if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I don't think that Al Davis said that.
Oh, I thought it was Al Davis.
I think that was Lyle Alzado who said that.
You might be right. You, you might be right.
Either
Yeah.
way, it was a Raider.
It was a Raider. And then think about who was it? Was it Lester Hayes with the stickum?
No, it was Fred Blitnikoff.
No, no, there was a defensive back that also did
Oh,
it
okay.
too.
It might have been Lester Hayes also. I know Fred
Yeah,
Biletnikoff, like
yeah. No, they both
shoulder
did it.
fingertips was like stick 'em.
Yeah,
Dude, I mean, Fred Biletnikoff had so much stick 'em, it was on his socks.
yeah.
I mean, hey man, I guess if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
And they all trying to cheat, bro. They all because remember there was also the steroid era in football too. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
But yeah. Anyway, man, I think I got some stuff I got to do, man. So let's close this out.
Yes,
Uh,
sir. Anything change about your prediction
uh,
for Sunday?
yes, my
Okay.
prediction was that DC was gonna roll to the right and throw a touchdown to end the game.
This guy.
Now I'm gonna say he's gonna roll to the left. He's gonna throw against his throw motion because he's the goat of the Raiders, with the exception of Ken Stabler and Jim Plunkett and George Blanda.
This guy. This guy. Your only change of prediction is the plays going to the left and not to the right.
I predict there will be a football game on Sunday,
I predict someone will be 0-2 and someone will be 1-1.
bro. If there's a tie now, I'm gonna slap.
Oh shoot, you're
I'm
right,
gonna,
dude. I,
if
I
there's a tie
completely
now,
forgot about dude. That's how much like I try not to ever think about ties, bro. I can't.
you do
That's my number one thing I hate about football, bro. Is ties.
us to the tie. I'm gonna backhand you.
I I want to take back what I was saying about it being in the 20s. I think it'll I think it'll be early 30s.
Okay.
I just feel like that's gonna happen because nobody wants to go down 0-2.
Yeah. 100%.
So that's my thing.
But yeah, man. So in closing, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't want to comment, you don't have to. If you don't want to subscribe, you don't have to. But please, please subscribe. Helps with the algorithm. See, I got it too, bro.
Wait, no, it's you're supposed to please like. That's what helps with the algorithm.
Okay, well, do it all. Just do it all, man, for Raider
Yeah, do
Nation.
all three. Do all three,
Do it
man.
all
If
for
you
Raider Nation,
if
bro.
you want to have a good week and you want to prove that you love your family and that you love the
You want to prove,
Raiders,
yeah, you love the. I was gonna say, man, if you don't like, comment, and subscribe, it's almost like you're dooming the Raiders to a loss. You don't want that
yep,
on your conscience, do you?
yep.
You got to
If
like,
you
comment, and subscribe.
yeah,
You gotta do your part.
for reals. We all have to do our part, man.
That's right.
It's just like the that lady of the night that said that she'd give discounts to the players and the staff.
So yeah, man.
Did you
Like,
see that?
comment.
Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I see.
Okay. Just wanted to put that out there, bro.
All right,
She's
man.
doing
So
her part, bro. She's doing her thing. She's trying to make sure we win a Super Bowl. She's trying to make sure no stress is on these guys. So, like, comment, and subscribe if you want to take her lead, bro.
yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on Sunday after the game to break it down and discuss the Raiders dub.
For reals.
All right,
All
bro.
right. Y'all have a good one.
Peace.
Peace.